Okay, let's take a look at the Sophomore Summer Bridge course. When you log into the course, here's what you'll see. We have 3 folders, and the first folder says Course Materials. If we click on Course Materials, we see that there are 2 resources in here at this point. The first one is a short YouTube video on how to upload or create writing assignments in Schoology. If you've forgotten or never caught on how to do that, you'll need it to submit your performance task. At the bottom here, we have the syllabus that was handed out in career and transition classes in the last week of freshman year. So just a couple resources to help you move through the course. If we go back to the main page, just like last year, we see the math and the English folder, and we're going to work through the English folder real quick together to make sure that you know where everything is. You'll see that there are 3 yellow folders and then the performance task at the bottom. If we look in the figurative language folder, we see 2 things. First, there's a YouTube video with me giving some instruction and definitions on figurative language, and then we have this embedded Google slide that goes over the vocabulary. If you haven't seen one of these before, you can flip through the slides using the arrows. You can select a word vocabulary slide with the drop-down menu, and you could also go into full screen if you needed to. At the bottom, we have the quiz. So we're going to watch the video, review the vocabulary, and take the quiz in the figurative language folder. If we go back to the English folder, we have the thesis statement folder that works very much the same way. We have a video by me, Mr. Culver. We have a very short educreation video here. And then there are some videos and a couple of websites from the open web just for reinforcement if you want to have a look over those things before you complete the thesis statement quiz at the bottom. The third folder down is the folder that's going to take you the longest of the first 3, and this is the text-dependent questions folder. In this folder, you will see here the PDF of the story Lamb to the Slaughter by Roald Dahl. We're going to read the story. You may want to print it out and interact with the text, and then here we have 16 questions to answer on that text. The questions are recall and inference questions when you go through it. If we go back to the English, the last thing that we see, and everybody is familiar with it at this point, and that is the formative performance task. This video will explain the instructions for the formative performance task. And that's the English side of the course. 4 folders, 3 quizzes, and an essay. If we go back out just a few more things real quick, on the right-hand side you will see all the assignments listed for the summer. Everything is due on August 21st at 11:59 p.m. On the left-hand side, if there are any updates that are sent out over the summer, we click Updates, and here we will see those updates. If you want to check your scores, you can click on Gradebook. And finally, if you have a question, you click on the envelope and you hit New Message. If you have a question about English, you're going to send it to William Culver. And if you have a question about math, you're going to send it to